That is a very common, I think, misconception about minimalism, is being trendy and going in and out of styles, decision fatigue, and a little bit of stress. Have pretty things and use it, like that's a win-win. Hard to find the good stuff. You have to go above and beyond to try to find good quality, naturally sourced things. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, just hello, welcome. How are you? In today's video, we are talking all things how to be more minimal. Now, I'm not the most minimal person that you will ever come in contact with. Like, I have things, like, hello. I'm a person and I'm a homemaker. I do all kind of thrifting, motherhood content as well. So if you want to check that stuff out, go ahead. Feel free to binge. I won't be mad. No, but thank you if you do watch some of my other videos and you are new. Glad to have you. Anyways, I do believe that minimalism is really catered to each person. I don't think that it has to be just having nothing, because there are people that have like nothing on their walls. But hear me out. I like to have things with a purpose. So I try to make my home decor for the most part be very functional, have a purpose, and you know, just have a reason. But sometimes the reason is just because my eyes like to see it. Like, let's just be real. Like Mona Lisa over here, I love her and she makes me happy when I see her smiling at me while I'm getting some housework done or something. You know, like sometimes things are just necessary because you like that object or it makes you feel good. So it does have a purpose because it gives you joy, right? Kids are in another room and you are going to hear them. So sorry, not sorry. They live here full time. So it's just, you're going to hear them. Anyway, so I really like to have a purpose for the most part for all my home decor, as well as just everything that I have in my home. So this video has been pretty requested on how to just make your life a little more minimal, and kind of just where I started with minimalism and what it kind of means to me. Because like I said, that doesn't mean just having nothing. Like I have my candle holder over here, that has a purpose. This is the kids' little shelf that I keep things on. A little bit about my minimalism journey is I live in a 1-bedroom, very tiny, small little place with my husband and my 2 kids. So we are very crammed up in here and we've just made it work. So that's kind of where, well, we've always lived in a small place. Like going back to my old videos, up until my familyhood home where I grew up, that was a big house. But as an adult, I have been living in a small like apartment style living for a long time. So that really kind of forced minimalism, I feel like, upon us. And I'm not mad at it. I really do love the fact that we have not very many things. It just makes you so much happier when you don't have too many things surrounding you. And just clear space just brings me joy. And I feel like my mind is really clear and I have clear thoughts when I don't have a whole bunch of clutter and stuff just laying around. So that's kind of where I started and why I feel passionate about keeping things minimal, but still having the things you enjoy. I'm not saying don't have anything, because some people will just have a mattress and you're like, yo, like where's the rest of your stuff? So I do think you still need to have things. And I have a family of 4, so of course we're gonna have things, because we can't just have a corner with a chair and a mattress. Like, you need things with the family. But I try my best to keep everything to a minimum. And keep in mind, minimalism looks different for everybody. This could be a little bit of a hot topic for some people. Like I said, extreme minimalist. I am not that. I am not claiming to be that. So just remember, it looks different for everybody, and take that word and minimize your life as much as you want to or feel the need to. The big one on what I love to do is we love to utilize hidden spaces. So underneath our TV stand, that's where our shoes go. Underneath our bed, we keep stored items for the kids, like toy rotations, like a painting easel, or like their old crib, just in case we have another kid. I actually think I'm about to list that on Facebook Market because it's just taking up space. And if we do have another kid, then I'll get a different crib. Anyways, because we just don't know. I just don't like to hold on to things that I don't need to. You know, like maybes. I don't like to hold on to maybes. Like, oh, maybe we'll have another kid, so like let's keep the crib. I don't know. We're probably gonna list that, but I'm just trying to give you examples of like hidden spaces that we use. Underneath our entryway table, we put all of our other shoes that we don't really have. Like, all my shoes are basically under the TV stand, and then the kids' shoes are all under the entryway table in like a basket. What else do? We just use all the spaces we have to maximize storage. The storage in our closet is like the kids' toy rotation and things like that. So we just try to use every space that we have without it being cluttered, so we can kind of put things away. A really good thing is folding up baby gear and things you can reuse for other purposes, such as like a bouncer that folds up. We had the baby Bajorn bouncer, so if you are a mom that has a baby, that one is great because it folds up really skinny and you can just like tuck it away and you don't have to look at it all the time. We absolutely loved that. So getting things that fold up and you can put away easily are so nice. We have the pickler triangle that we can fold up and put away too. So that's really the key when it comes to maximizing your space, is getting things that fold up and you can put them away. We also had the pudge tub, which is like a baby bathtub, and you can fold it up nice and tight and you don't have to worry about, you could fold it up nice and tight and you don't have to worry about the baby tub taking up too much space. It gets really skinny and you can store it away and don't have to look at it all the time. So finding things that fold is really, really helpful. And that was a game changer for us as new parents, and balancing not having too many things, but having the necessary things for baby. Love that. So finding things that fold up is great. So like I said, a few things for like maybe toddlers, like the easel folds up, which is nice and skinny, as well as the gather tunnel. We love that because that folds nice and easy. The pickler triangles, finding things that just fold for toddlers as well is really nice. We have the balance board, and that's pretty easy to store. The balancing wobble board. So things like that are just really, really helpful for storing your kids' toys. Declutter your house on a regular basis. That way you just don't accumulate very many things. I love to go through my house and just start just donating things that I haven't touched in a long time. I have a rule where it's like, if I haven't touched it in 6 months, then I probably don't need it. So I love to do that. And I always ask myself when I go shopping, does this item bring me joy? Do I need this item? Where is this item gonna go? So I quiz myself when I'm shopping, so I'm shopping very intentionally and not just shopping with no purpose, because then you accumulate so many things. Someone needs their brakes checked. You're shopping very intentionally and you do not have to worry about getting too many things. So if you're decluttering very often, as well as having the 6-month rule, do you need it? Have you touched it? Have you worn it? Whatever. If not, donate it. That's a good one. I always follow that one for myself and my family. I do store their clothes away though, like the really good pieces. I do keep them just in case we do have any more kids. I don't want to have to rebuy clothes. I also do unisex clothing for my kids. So for the most part, it's all neutral and each kid can wear it from different genders. So obviously dresses, my daughter wears a lot of dresses now, but if we have another girl, she can wear dresses. If not, I'll donate it. But for a lot of their clothes, it is unisex, and I can just have all the kids wear the same clothes and pass it down. So that's really nice too. It's keeping your kids' clothes pretty unisex. Like I said, we do dresses and bows and stuff here and there, but you know, you gotta have some fun things that are just gender specific, especially if you have like a girly girl. But for the most part, like, she's gonna be able to wear all Noah's clothes for sure. It's just not vice versa, but she's smaller than him, you know, so it's okay. But I do, yeah, so it just works. Unisex clothes work. We don't have several of the same items. So my kids have like 1 or 2 pairs of shoes, and that's good. They have rain boots and they have like their play shoes that also double as picture shoes. I make sure the kids' shoes are gonna look good just for everyday wear, as well as good play shoes, and we have rain boots, and really that's it. Oh, they also have a pair of sandals too for the summer. So we keep it super simple. 3 pair of shoes in total, and that's about it. That's all they need. Rain boots, sandals, and a pair of regular slip-on shoes. So for Nola, we have Mary Jane's from Amazon. They're like leather Mary Jane's. And then for my son, we have like a slip-on Velcro leather shoe, and it works. It's simple. They don't need tons of shoes, just 3 for all the seasons, and they're good. And then I save all the shoes that my son wears that are still in good condition and pass them down to my daughter, and that works really well too. So another one that I always abide by is, if I can't think of a place in my home where I can put it, where it can have its own little home and I don't have to overthink about where I'm gonna put this item, that causes me some kind of like decision fatigue and a little bit of stress, then I just obviously don't need it. Just being very intentional about all your purchases really does help in the grand scheme of trying to keep your life minimal. It's just don't overbuy. That is like my biggest thing, is don't buy without a purpose or a home for that item. So something else that I do is to help not buy things very impulsively. I make a list of everything that I need at the store and I stick to the list and try to just have tunnel vision. It doesn't always work, but for the most part it does. And I just stick to my list. Make a list, be prepared, and don't try to stray away, as well as I keep a budget of how much I should be spending and what I'm going to get. So list really helps when you go into the store to really kind of help overspending and impulsive purchases. Another thing that I'm really passionate about is making sure that my purchases are very intentional as far as how is this going to impact the earth. I am shopping from the thrift store is also a really good way to be minimal as well as eco-friendly, because it's secondhand shopping and it's good on your wallet too. Just don't do over shopping. The thing about thrifting is when you go in there, you don't know what you're going to find, and that's when your impulse control is definitely going to need to be checked all the time. Do I need this or do I just want this? Is there going to be a home for it? What does this do for me? Does this bring me joy? Is it going to have a home? What's the purpose? All of these questions I ask myself all the time when I'm shopping. And I have to, you know, go through and see how I'm feeling truly about the item and not just grab it and put it in my cart. So when you are thrifting, there is definitely a good practice to stretch and exercise those impulse control purchases, because you will need to have some self-control in the thrift store, because there's lots of good finds, at least where I live in California. You go thrifting and you are going to have to really narrow down what you need and want and just really think about it, because it could be hard. It could be really hard. So many options. Another thing I really like to think about when making my minimalist kind of purchases is who made it and how was it sourced? How do they treat their employees? What kind of material is it made out of? These are all things and questions I ask myself when I am purchasing for my lifestyle and my home and for whatever. I like to know the material, who made it, where it was sourced from, what material it's made from, and just try to be really conscious about where I'm spending my money and who I'm giving my money to. And you know, I am willing to pay more money for a good, well-sourced natural material item. So I am definitely very intentional about buying my clothes, my kids' clothes, really everything. For the most part, I don't do too much Amazon purchasing. I don't really shop at Target much anymore. Everything is pretty organically sourced. I just try to be as mindful about it as possible, but living in a world where it's over consumerism and all kinds of stuff, mainly it's hard to find the good stuff. You have to go above and beyond to try to find good quality, naturally sourced things. But I am really passionate about that and non-toxic living as well. So that is something I always keep in mind when making minimalist kind of purchases. Keep a capsule wardrobe. This is something I do for myself and for my kids. Whenever I buy something new, I like to try to donate something old that I haven't worn in about 6 months back to the 6-month rule. That is so helpful for me for many different reasons. So I just don't have a whole bunch of things in my closet that I'm not wearing. I love to do that. I figure someone else can wear it if I'm not wearing it, and just kind of keep the circle going when it comes to thrifting and decluttering and just buying things. I love to make sure I am decluttering at the same time. If I want to welcome something new, then I gotta say bye to something old. It's a really good thing to do and to keep in mind when you are trying to keep your lifestyle more minimal. So keeping a capsule wardrobe means you just have basic pieces in your wardrobe that can be mixed and matched and timeless, and you know they're not going to be trendy, going in and out of style, so you can wear them for a timeless amount of time, and they're classic. At least for me, I like to keep my pieces classic. They don't have to be classic, but I find that classic is the best way to go. Therefore, you don't have to worry about things going in and out of style and you getting old and tired of it. I like to keep a very neutral wardrobe, so everything mixes and matches, and I can add and I can take away, I can layer, I can do whatever I want with keeping the same kind of pieces in my wardrobe. If you want to see, I have a winter capsule wardrobe of basically almost all of my clothes that I wear, except for some of my workout clothes aren't in it, and I think I left a sweater or two out, but for the that's like my wardrobe is in that video for the winter. I'm gonna do one probably for summer as well, since you guys seem to be interested in that. But I like to keep my wardrobe small for each season. Pieces I know that I will wear and mix and match and yada yada. And I do the same for my kids. So they have a lot of repeat outfits and things that can mix and match. But yeah, I do that for my kids too, so I don't have to worry about having these unique pieces that are not gonna match each other. Not just matching them as like siblings, but matching, like, you know, pants and shirts and sweatshirts and sweaters. Like everything just kind of goes together, and you don't have to spend much time, effort, or decision fatigue thinking about it. It's just, okay, this and this, this and this, and this and this. I can put this on top and everything goes, and you don't have to worry about all these decisions. I don't like to make a ton of decisions. I like things to be simple, minimal, and kind of effortless, and that's just why I choose neutral for like everything, because it just all goes, and I love that. It's just seamless. So I think as women and as moms, we make enough decisions on an everyday basis. So I just want my wardrobe, my home, and things I'm cooking to be pretty simple. That way I don't have to worry about making too many more decisions, because your girl gets tired. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I gave you a few helpful how to become more minimal tips. These are tips that I've used for years and has worked really well, and I hope you guys just enjoyed it. Find things that make you happy and fill your home with joy, because I do believe that your home is your sanctuary. However, I don't want it to be cluttered and have too many things as well. So make minimalism what it means to you, and it doesn't mean you have to have nothing, because that is a very common, I think, misconception about minimalism, is that you have to have nothing in your home. I am not here for that. I have things that bring me joy and function, like kitchen, for instance. I have a lot of my decor in my kitchen is all functional. Have pretty things and use it, like that's a win-win. So a lot of my decor I try to make very functional and things I'm actually gonna use. So that way it doubles as both decor and function. Like, who doesn't love that? I love to keep things practical as much as possible around here, and that is just my jam. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want more minimal-esque kind of videos. Whatever other kind of video ideas you have, leave them down below for me. I have a few other minimal kind of videos, I believe. Do I? I talk about it a lot in vlogs and stuff. I'll make it maybe more of a series or something. Mama minimal something, we'll call it something. Give me suggestions down below on what we should call this minimalist kind of series. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how you feel about these kind of videos, because I just want to be helpful in some way and just give you the real tips that I use, because that's all I can do is just from experience. But I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.